Hi, this is Jaya. In this video, we shall see the summary of Lucy Gray by William Wordsworth. This poem by William Wordsworth is based on a real account of death of a little girl which was told to him by his sister Dorothy. And this is one of his finest literary ballad, and he has written this in blank verses. Here he portrays an imaginary of a little solitary girl. Solitary means being alone, and this girl lived in a house in a valley with her father and mother. Since she did not have any friends, she spent most of the time playing alone or she'll be helping her parents. And he says one more thing. He says when you pass through those valleys, you can even see a fawn or a rabbit, but you will never see the innocent face of Lucy Gray. And why, he explains in the poem. He says it was one afternoon and Lucy was at home with her father. Her mother had gone to the town. Her father took his hook and started to pile bundle, and he told Lucy to take the lantern and go and bring her mother safe from town before evening because they have heard that there is a storm. That is, they were anticipating a storm. Immediately Lucy left for the town, but the storm came earlier than expected and Lucy lost her way. She searched for the way back home here and there. She climbed many mountains, but she could never find her home. Her mother came back safe home, and both the parents, that is, father and mother, they were so worried that they started exploring the entire valley the whole night, but they were not able to hear or see Lucy anywhere. And at daybreak, that is the next day morning, her parents found the patterns of Lucy's small feet in the snow. And they followed those footprints, and that footprints led them to the bridge of the wood, which was only a furlong from the house. That is a very short distance from their house. But after that, the prints disappeared. And this is an indication that Lucy had died. Her parents lamented for her because their dearest child of the nature was gone. But till date, there is a belief that Lucy is still alive and she sings a sultry song in the valley. Now let's read the poem. Oft I have heard of Lucy Gray, and when I crossed the wild, I chanced to see at break of day the solitary child. So he says, many times I have heard this story, and sometimes when I go by that way, I can even see a solitary child, a child alone. No mate, no comrade, Lucy knew she dwelt on a wide moor, the sweetest thing that ever grew. And he says Lucy was always alone. She had no friends at all, and she was in that wide moor, beside a human door. You yet may spy the fawn at play, the hare upon the green, but the sweet face of Lucy Gray will never more be seen. Now he says, when you go that side, you can even see a fawn, you can see even a hare, but you will not be able to see the sweet face of Lucy Gray because it is not anymore there. Tonight will be a stormy night. You to the town must go and take a lantern, child, to light your mother through the snow. So now we know that the father is talking to the child. He says, this night there will be a storm. So you take the lantern and go to the town. And using that lantern, bring your mother home safe through the snow. So we understand that it is winter time. It is snowing everywhere. And the father is telling to the child, he is asking her to go and bring the mother safe because they are expecting a storm. That, father, will I gladly do. It is scarcely afternoon. The minster clock had just struck 2, and yonder is the moon. And here she says, okay, father, I'll happily do it. And it is only afternoon. They are expecting the storm only in the night. And it is, the clock is striking 2. And this the father raised his hook and snapped a fagot band. He piled his work, and Lucy took the lantern in her hand. So now we know that the child's name is Lucy. And the father is continuing his work, and the girl takes the lantern in her hand. Not blither is the mountain row with many a wanton stroke. Her feet disperse the powdery snow that rises up like snow. Now there's snow in all the places, and as she's walking, as she steps into the snow just flakes up like a smoke. The storm came on before its time. She wandered up and down, and many a hill did Lucy climb, but never reached the town. But the storm came earlier than expected, and Lucy lost her way. She wandered up and down. She climbed many hills, but she never reached the town. The wretched parents all that night went shouting far and wide, but there was neither sound nor sight to serve them for a guide. Now the mother came back, and then they came to know that the girl is not returned home. So now the parents were so worried that they went out in the night and they were shouting out her name. They went far and wide, but they never heard any sound, or they were not able to see her, because if they hear a sound or if they're able to see her means that will be like a guidance for them to reach her. At daybreak on a hill they stood that overlooked the moor, and thence they saw the bridge of wood a furlong from their door. And till morning they were searching for her, and in the morning from their house just in a short distance there is a bridge made out of wood. They saw there. They wept and turning homeward cried, "In heaven we all shall meet," when in the snow the mother spied the print of Lucy's feet. Now they started crying because all night the child had not come, and they were so very sure that they have lost the child forever, and they said, okay, in heaven only we have to meet. At that time the mother saw the print of Lucy's feet. Then downward from the steep hill's edge they tracked the footmarks small, and through the broken hapthorn hedge and by the long stone wall. And they followed that footprints, and it went in so many places. And then an open field they crossed, the marks were still the same. They tracked them on, nor ever lost, and to the bridge they came. So it went to an open field, it went to many hills, and then it came back to the bridge itself. They followed from the snowy bank those footmarks one by one into the middle of the plank, and further they were none. And then they started walking, following the footprints up to the middle of the bridge plank. After that, there were no footprints. Yet some mountain that to this day she is a living child, that you may see sweet Lucy Gray upon the lonesome wild. But till today it is believed that the child is still living, and we can also see Lucy Gray lonely in this wild place. Over rough and smooth she trips along and never looks behind, and sings a solitary song that whistles in the wind. And this girl seems to be wandering lonely there and sings a solitary song that whistles in the wind, and here ends the poem. If you have anything more to add on to what I've said, please write it in the comment box. Like the video, share it with your friends, and if you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe and support. Thank you.